Hi, welcome back to Tele Sessions.
Let's see voucher numbering. Okay, so as much as important as voucher numbering is also very important. Okay, because every voucher will be having its own unique voucher number. Okay, it is used to identify the transaction or the journal entry. Okay, so what is a voucher number? It is a unique identification for every voucher entry. So if you are posting 100 entries, if all the 100 entries are the same number, then you won't be able to distinguish which transaction I posted on 5th or which transaction I posted for 150 rupees. Okay. But if you are having different unique voucher numbering, it will help you to check using this number, voucher number. Okay. So voucher number helps us to track all the transactions and search entries quickly. It helps us to avoid the duplication, and it also supports audit. Okay, so at the time of auditing, the CAs, okay, the internal auditor will or the external auditor will be doing the sampling. So at that time, they will open one particular voucher, and then if they want verification, they can just go to the software and then search using that invoice number or voucher number. Then they will be able to see the transaction which we posted using that particular invoice number. Okay. So let's see that in Tally how we can give the voucher number, how voucher numbers show in Tally, how we can edit it, how we can change it. Okay. So here in Tally, you can see in the top left, you can see debit note. It's showing as number and it's showing 1. So this is the voucher number. Okay, this is the voucher number in Tally. So here it means you are going to post the number 1 debit note. So if you go to contra, we can see it is showing it as number 2. If you go to payment, there also it is showing as number 2. So that means you have already posted one transaction using the invoice number 1. Okay. Now this transaction you are going to post is number 2. So this is the second invoice you are going to enter. Okay, this is the second voucher you are going to post for payment. So this is how you identify the voucher number. Okay, this is how you identify the transaction which you're posting. And if you, with a later date, if you want to check that particular number, you just need to go to the report and go and see that particular transaction number. Okay. So let's see how we can edit the invoice number. If you want to make any changes, or if you want to, by default, it will show like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. But if you are having, if your company is having your own specific invoice numbering, for example, here we can see in this example, we can see INV-001. If you want your invoice numbering like this, INV-001, INV-002, for this purpose, we have to make some changes in Tally, in the vouchers, in the voucher master screen. Okay. So I will show that how it is done. Okay. So for that purpose, you have to come to gateway of Tally. So from gateway of Tally, we have either chart of accounts or just go to alter. Okay, come to alter. And here, if you come to voucher type, enter. And we are going to go into sales transaction. Okay. Go to sale. Here you will be able to see all the things that is responsible for the sales voucher type. So here you can see the name of the voucher type is sales. So currently we are in the voucher type alterations thing. Here you can make necessary changes for the sales voucher. Okay. So select type of voucher, it is sales voucher. Abbreviation is sale. So if you want, you can make any other changes. You can give it as invoice or something. When you're printing it out, it will come there. It will show the effect there. Okay. So activate this voucher. This voucher is currently activated. If you would want to deactivate this, just make it no. So if you make it no, you won't be able to post the sales transaction. So I am activating it again. And here, if you come to methods of numbering, okay, it will show automatic, manual override, manual, multi-user auto, none. Okay. So what is the purpose? Automatic means automatically it will go from 1, and next it will be 2, and then it will be 3. So like that it will go. So it is quick. You don't have to worry about changing the manual voucher entries, voucher numbering manually. Okay. Next is automatic and manual override. So this is the recommended one. So what this will do is you can now voucher numbering will happen automatically. At the same time, you can give your own voucher number. Okay, you can edit. You can edit the automatically appearing voucher number. Okay. And next one is manual. So that means it is purely manual. You have to every time you have to input the uh, voucher number yourself. Okay. Multi-user auto means if you are having multiple users. Okay. Tally has two versions. We already know, single user and multi-user. So in the case of multi-user, if multiple users are posting the transaction at the same time, the first person sometimes for their the first day when they open, the voucher number will be the same for all. Okay? But if they save the transaction, it will automatically jump to the next number. Okay. And none means you don't have to post the voucher number. There will not be any voucher number. It will not show any voucher number for your sales. Okay. So here, what is happening? The next one you can see numbering behavior on insertion or deletion. So if you're deleting an invoice, okay, so if you select renumber vouchers, for example, you have 10 voucher types, okay, and you are deleting number 8. So if you select renumber voucher, what will happen is the number 9th invoice will become 8, 10 will become 9. Okay, so like that. So if you select this option, retain original voucher number, what will happen is if you delete 8, that 8 will be gone from your system. Okay, the 9 will be 9 only, 10 will be 10. Okay, so like that, it will not reshuffle, it will not, the number will not go back. Once you post a transaction, the number will be there only, even if you delete or insert. Okay, so next, this option, set or alter additional numbering details. So this is the place where we are able to give suffix and prefix. Okay, earlier when we checked in the voucher entry screen, it was showing 1, 2 like that only. Okay, now here you can see starting number, it is showing as 1. If you want, you can give your own number, for example 101. Okay, a width of numerical part, how much width you want to give. So that is what it is showing here. So here I'm going back to and giving it as 1 only. I'm not changing it to 101. And width of numerical part, I'm giving it as 3. Okay, because we need 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2 like that. So that is why I'm giving it as 3 width of numerical part and pre-fill with 0. Okay, that means if the voucher number is 1, then it will be pre-filled with 2 zeros, 0, 0, 1. So for that purpose, we have to give it as yes. Okay, just press Y and press enter. So it is asking us whether we want to restart the numbering. So I'm restarting it from 1st April. Okay, enter, enter here, and applicable from. So I'm again giving it as 1st April. And prefix means it will comes in before. Okay, so if you want INV 001, then you have to give it under prefix. Okay, so here I'm giving INV hyphen. Okay, and this is the prefix which we are giving. Okay, so I'm pressing enter. And suffix, as of now, I'm not giving. We can see one example and we can come back and check the suffix, how it works. Okay, so here I'm entering. And all the other things, no need to check as of now. In the upcoming session, we can check it in detail. So right now, I'm saving this. What's the shortcut key for saving? It is Control plus A. Control plus A, I'm saving this. Press escape, go back to vouchers. Now, if you go to sales, shortcut key F8, you can see it is showing it as INV002. Okay, it appeared because we made the changes. We altered the voucher number master and then we input the INV invoice. Okay, now I want to make another suffix. I want to give suffix as well. Okay, earlier we have given prefix INV hyphen 002. Okay, now I want to give the suffix. Okay, so what we have to do? So here in the top, in the middle, you can see an option called go to. Okay, so this is the alternate method to make any changes. Okay, so press Alt plus G. Instead of going to gateway of Tally, from this screen itself, you can make the changes. Okay, so press Alt plus G, and in the top you can see Alter Master. Okay, so select that one, select voucher type. So select sales, enter. So this is the new change that where the Tally has given since Tally Prime version. Earlier in the Tally ERP9 and all, we never had this go to functionality. Always we have to go back to gateway of Tally. From there only we were able to make any changes in the master level. So from Tally Prime version onwards, they given this provision where we can use this particular shortcut key Alt plus G to make any change or go to any reports. So this is the one of the most useful feature Tally has given in Tally Prime. Okay. So let's go back to our additional detail settings and let's give the suffix for now. Okay. So applicable from 1st April. And in particulars column, I'm giving it as 26-27. I'm giving the financial year 26-27. So I'm giving hyphen 26/27. Okay. So year 26-27. Or if you want, you can just give invoice INV 001, any other if you want to identify something. Okay. So here I am currently giving 26-27 as this is the financial year 26-27. Okay. So I'm saving it, Control plus A. One more time, Control plus A. So press escape. Now you can see it is showing INV hyphen 002 hyphen 26-27. So this is how you give the invoice suffix and prefix. So this is invoice numbering in Tally. Okay. So I hope this is clear. So let's go back to the presentation. Numbering methods. Okay. So 3 approaches to voucher numbering in Tally. We have seen this automatic, manual, and auto manual override. So what is the purpose of auto? Automatic, it is fast. Okay. We don't have to go and change anything. Tally by default, it is automatic voucher numbering. So it is fast. It will automatically, it will generate 1, 2, 3. As you are saving the transaction, it will automatically pick the next voucher number. Okay. You don't have to go and give the number manually. Okay. So it is fast and there will not be any duplicate. No duplication will be happening. Voucher number will be always unique. Okay. So in sales, there won't be 2 same numbers if you're selecting automatic. And error can also be less. Error will be less. So manual. So manual means manually you have to enter the voucher number. So that example also, let us see how it comes. Okay. So coming back to Tally. Okay. So what will happen? I am clicking here in the INV column. Okay. But it is not going into that particular column. Okay. So now I want to input the voucher number manually. Okay. So I'm going back to alter voucher type, sales. Here in method of voucher numbering, I'm changing it to manual. Okay. So I'm saving this. And coming back to vouchers, see voucher number, it is not showing anything, but I am able to enter something there. Okay. So if I want, I can give the 00254 hyphen 25/26. Okay. Or 26/27. Whichever invoice number I want, I can give it manually. But the drawback of this is every time when you are entering your sales, you have to input the invoice number. Otherwise, it will not select, it will not generate automatic numbering since we have selected manual numbering. Okay. So that is the drawback. That is one drawback of this manual numbering. It can be a bit slow. Okay. And next is manual plus automatic. Okay. Auto plus manual override. So that is the numbering method, the latest numbering method. It is the most recommended option. Okay. So Tally suggests the number, but at the same time, it also allows us to edit. So earlier when it was automatic, we were not having the provision to edit it. Okay, but in manual, we are able to completely edit the number. In auto plus manual override, it will generate the voucher number automatically, but at the same time, gives us the provision to edit the numbering. Okay, so let's see that option also. Okay, so here this is for manual. Now I'm going to make it auto plus manual override. Okay, so once again, let us go using go to functionality from this screen, from the sales invoice screen, plus alt plus G. Alt plus G, go to alter master. Okay, and come to voucher type. So here I'm going to sales. So in the sales, currently it is showing method of voucher numbering, it is manual. So I'm going to change it to automatic manual override. So press enter. And if you want, we can give this option, prevent creating duplicate voucher numbers. You have to make it yes. And set or alter additional numbering details, that also make it yes. And if you want to make any changes, earlier we put INV slash this 2627. So if you don't want that, you can just remove it. Okay. So I am just removing it. Press escape, press enter, okay, and save it. Control A. Okay. So if we come back, you can see again it started from INV 001. If you want, we can make the changes. So here instead of 1, I'm giving 101. Okay. So like that, I can try to post the transaction. Okay. So that is the purpose of voucher numbering. So this is the numbering methods that is used in Tally Prime. Okay. So these three are the most important. Most of the companies use either one of this. Okay. Auto plus manual override is a recommended one. But if you don't want to bother about manually inputting the number, you can just go for automatic. Okay. And next comes invoice mode. This is also one of the most important aspects in Tally. Okay. So Tally has sales and purchase voucher types. Okay. So sales invoice and purchase invoice, you can post use it to post sales transactions using services or inventory. Okay. So you can see invoice mode is used to record inventory details along with accounting entries. So before going through this slide, I will show this in Tally first and make you understand what I am trying to explain. So going back to Tally, okay. So if you come to Tally, in this screen, we are able to see sales. Okay, in the top left, we can see this accounting voucher creation mode, and it is sales voucher. Okay, so sales voucher is there. Here we can see invoice number. Okay, 101, and in the right side you can see the date and everything, the list of ledgers, all the ledgers, and here you can see party account name. So this means to which party you are going to sell this item. Okay, I'm selecting customer. Okay, so all the dispatch details and everything will be appearing here. And next comes sales ledger. Okay, so you have to select the sales ledger. So if sales ledger is not there, you can just create the sales ledger. Okay, sales, I'm saving this. And next comes the name of the item. Okay, so this means if you are selling, if you are going to sell any inventory, at that time you have to select this option, item 1. If you want to sell items or inventory, if you want to quantify your inventory, you can use this. Okay, so this is the invoice method. So if you want to change this, if you want to post only service, you are a service based industry. Okay, your company is a service based industry, you do not deal with any inventory. Okay, instead of that, you are providing services, for example accounting services, auditing services, data entry services, things like that only. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? This screen is not useful for you. This item screen is not useful for you. You only need the service industries. Okay, you are in the service industry, so you only need service ledgers. So for that purpose, you can see there is an option here. H double underline means control. Okay. So you have to press Control H. Okay. So Control plus H, if you select, it will go to list of modes, list of mode or usage. So here you can see item invoice, accounting invoice, and as voucher. So currently we are in item invoice. Item invoice means if you are dealing with inventory, then you must select item invoice. Then only you will be able to give the quantity, rate, and amount. Okay. But if you are in the service industry and you only need the ledgers, okay, you don't need any inventory, just select accounting invoice. To select accounting invoice, you can see this is still in the sales voucher type, but the screen has changed. Okay, you can see the date over here, and if you press enter, you can select the party to which party you are going to sell. Okay, and then in the particulars column, you can see the item one is gone. Okay, earlier it was showing item name, now it is showing particulars. Okay, that means this is the screen. This screen is used for service selling. Okay, if you're providing any service, then you can select that. So here you can see software service, and now you can enter the service amount. Okay, so this is the service voucher, service invoice that you are giving to the supplier or customer. Okay, so two methods are there: item invoice and accounting invoice. And last invoice method is as voucher. So this method we use some users, some of the accountants, instead of double and single entry method, they prefer double entry. So if you select as voucher, you can see it will come like debit or credit. So that is the purpose of accounting as voucher option. Okay. So if you want to change it, if you want to change the sales invoice screen from as accounting or item mode, you can select this option, Control plus H. So this is the purpose of invoice mode. Okay, so invoice mode. So recording inventory details along with accounting entries. So with invoice mode, we will be able to enter the item name, quantity, rate, and amount. So here, if I select accounting invoice, we can only see particulars and amount. Okay. In this screen, in no way you will be able to select any inventory. Okay, only the ledger names will be appearing over here. If you want to post any inventory, then you have to change mode, Control plus H, and select item invoice. Then only item, quantity, and rate. Quantity, rate, and amount will be appearing. And at the same time, in this screen, we can also provide the service option as well. Okay. So this is the use of invoice mode in Tally. Okay. So using invoice mode, we will be able to enter item name, quantity, rate, and amount. So it is commonly used by trading and manufacturing businesses, which involves in inventory or stock items. Okay. So where we can access this, get your Tally vouchers and sales voucher. So the same can be used in the case of purchase as well. In purchase also, we have change mode. Okay. So there also we are having item invoice, accounting invoice, and as voucher. So there also, if you are receiving any service from your supplier, okay, you can select accounting invoice. Okay. So accounting invoice you are selecting, and you can select what kind of service you are receiving from your supplier. Okay. So like that, you can change. You can select the modes. If you want to select the, if you are buying some inventory from your supplier, change the mode, select item invoice, and input the item that you are purchasing. So that is the purpose of invoice mode in Tally. Okay. So here it is giving a detailed idea about what is the difference between accounting invoice and item invoice. So two modes for different business needs. Okay. So accounting invoice, it is used for service industry, service business. So if you are into service industry and you do not deal with any inventory, okay, then you can use accounting invoice. If you are providing service or if you are receiving any services, then you can use accounting invoice. Okay. So you can see here records only accounting impact. inventory impact will not affect anywhere if you're posting a transaction in accounting invoice. So no inventory movement is recorded in accounting invoice. If you need inventory movement, if you need stock item movement, then you must select item invoice. So from the sales or purchase screen, just press Ctrl plus H and then select item invoice. Then only you will be able to select, you will be able to input the item name, its quantity, its rate, and its amount. So if you want to select, if you want to give laptop, if you are selling or if you're buying laptop, then you can only select this option if you are posting using item invoice. Okay. So this is best for trading and manufacturing businesses. Okay. So I hope these things are clear. This is very important. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. Okay. So one example we can do on how to create a sales invoice. Okay. So how to create a sales invoice in Tally. Okay. So here the question is, we have to create a party called ABC Traders, and we are selling a laptop worth rupees 50,000 to ABC Traders. So let us see how to post this transaction. Okay. So let us come to gateway of Tally. Okay. So here I'm going to vouchers, and shortcut key for sales is F8. Okay. So here invoice number is given there, and pressing enter. Here the customer name is ABC Traders. Okay. So select. So here in the ledger column, we cannot find any ABC Traders. So just type a. So here you can just create. Just you can create, select create, or shortcut key is there, Alt plus C. It will take you to the ledger creation screen. So while posting a transaction, if you cannot find a particular user, you can create from the screen itself. Okay, that is one of the most useful feature of Tally. So here I'm creating ABC Traders. Okay. So ABC Traders, I am creating under which group we should select. Since he is purchasing from us, we can select as sundry debtors. Okay. Since we are selling to this person, we can select as sundry debtors. Bill by bill, I'm not enabling for this example. I'm just saving this. And sales ledger, we have to select name of the item. So item is laptop. So here we don't have a laptop. So I'm creating the laptop again. So laptop. So I'm creating laptop. So I'm selecting group also, I'm not selecting anything. And important aspect, units. Unit is very, very important. So I will show you how it will come if you do not select unit. Okay. So first I'm not selecting the unit. And GST also very much important. In the GST section, which we are going to learn in the upcoming sessions, we can see how to give GST, to give the rates and all. So now I'm not dealing with that. I press Control plus A. So here you can see I want to go to the quantity column. Now it is directly taking me to the amount column. So if I press backspace, it will take you to the laptop. If I press enter, it is going directly to amount column. So why this is happening? This is happening because while creating the laptop, we did not select the unit. So unit selection is very, very important. So if you do not select unit, you won't be able to give the quantity. So I'm editing this. So from this screen, if you want to edit, okay, if you want to edit this particular laptop, shortcut key is there once again, Control plus Enter. Okay, what is the shortcut key? Control plus Enter. If from whichever ledger name or whichever item master name you are on, press Control plus Enter, and it will take you to the alteration screen. Okay. So stock item alteration secondary. So this is the secondary method of alteration. The primary method is gateway of Tally, alter, select the item. Okay. So here I'm going back. I'm selecting the unit. Okay. So now if I save this, you can see it is taking us to the quantity column. Okay. So in the quantity column, and what is the amount? Laptop quantity is 1. So since we do not have a quantity, it will show as negative. Okay. Because this company is the dummy company, we do not have any stock. So that is why Tally is warning us that you do not have enough quantity. You have not purchased any quantity. You are only selling without any purchase. So that is why it is showing it as negative. And the amount is 50,000. So for 50,000 rupees, we are selling this laptop to ABC traders. And we have to check here the invoice number is 001, INV 001. So I'm pressing enter. So since it is 50,000, it is asking us to give the eBay bill details. I'm making it as no. And narration, if you want, you can give uh, sale of laptop. If required, you can give. Otherwise, you can just skip it. Press enter. And once you accept this, okay, check here in the invoice column number. See, it changed to INV 002. Now, if I want, I can change 003, or if you want, give it as 004. So this is the use of automatic manual override. Okay. So this is how we post a transaction. This is how we post an invoice using inventory. Okay. So I hope this is clear. So the system, when we post this transaction, system automatically creates an accounting entry. It updates the customer balance. It will update the sales value, and it will update the stock records. So we can check that. Okay. So let us go to gateway of Tally. So if you come to daybook center, it will show the transaction which we have posted, sale INV 001. Okay. And if you come back to balance sheet, you can see here it is showing it as current assets 50,000. Okay. Current assets is showing it as 50,000. If you press enter, it will show sundry debtors 50,000. This person is owing you 50,000. So that is why it is an asset. Okay. So that is that. And if you come to profit and loss account, it will show sales account as 50,000. Okay. Sales account also it is showing it as 50,000. And if you go to the ledger balance of this particular ABC traders, okay, so go to display more reports, account books, ledger, ABC traders, you can see his balance is 50,000. This person is owing us 50,000. So this is how you check the report of any sale or purchase or whichever transaction you have made. You can either go to balance sheet, you can either go to profit and loss account, or you can directly come to the ledger report. Okay. So this is the sales invoices. Okay. This is the voucher type, voucher entries. Okay. So we have covered this much topic in this session. What is the meaning of voucher, the importance of vouchers, and all the voucher types: contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales, purchase, credit note, and debit note. How to give the voucher numbering, and what is invoice mode, and one example of how to post an sales invoice using inventory. So in next session, we will be learning each voucher type in detail. Okay. So next session, it will be regarding contra voucher F. Okay. So we can wrap today's session. So thank you.
Such concepts related to Tele by clicking the link for website in description. So enroll today and master Tele with ABA Learning Academy.